Hey, what is up guys? This is Mira here, and in today's video I want to show you how to rebuild the witch's hut inside of Minecraft. So this rebuild that I've done, we can build over the water inside of a bog or swamp biome, and it's actually pretty simple, just with a lot of details which I'm going to go over how we can do these in today's tutorial. So kicking off with the first steps, we're going to go ahead and take some stripped spruce log and start to build the foundations in the water. So each one of these foundations is 3 blocks apart, and we're just basically going to start building up the shape for the building from the ground. So once we're done with that, we're going to take some spruce fences and begin building up some more foundations in between our logs. And so we want to make sure we have these fences just popping out of the water at the same level as the other logs. And once we're done with this, we're going to add a couple more of these fences coming out in the shape that I'm showing you here at the end. Alright, once we're done with that, now we're going to take some oak logs and begin building them up from our original foundations 2 blocks. But we're actually going to leave the 2 logs at the end there because they're going to be used for something different. So now would be a good time to pause and just copy the foundations that we've done. So moving straight along, we're going to take some spruce wood fences again and begin placing them around just like this. Now when we get to this next section, we're actually going to do it 1 block lower, so it's inside of the water like this. And we're basically just playing connect the dots, connecting up each of these fence foundations. So we're also going to connect up the foundations around this section as well. And now let's just grab some spruce wood stairs and place them upside down all around this upper section like this. So we should end up with a big rectangle in the middle. And now we're basically going to take some more log foundations across and then fill in these 3 sections with some spruce wood slabs. And now we're going to go ahead and also build another platform on this lower section as well. Don't forget to place some stairs underneath as well, and then just fill this in with slabs. And then we're going to build this little area for the boats to actually dock, and build up this section in front of where the doorway is going to be. Alright, after this we're actually going to take some fences and just finish off the balcony. Let's start to build up the foundations by 4 blocks on the main platform like this. And let's just take these middle foundations at the end and build them up by another 4 blocks, as they will support the roof later on. So now going up 5 blocks on these main foundations, we're going to build some logs coming across, just as some support beams. So now we're going to build a similar foundation for our front porch as well. And now we're going to go ahead and move up to our main building again and just build this cross beam coming all the way across the middle. And let's just go ahead and link these up to our wall beams like this. So we should end up with a pretty cool looking skeleton shape like this. And then we're just going to do our final foundation and connect our porch section up as well. And now that we've got this shape, we're just going to fill in the walls like this, just using some spruce wood planks. And we're going to start building these up 4 blocks, just filling in each of these sections like this. And we're going to do this all the way around until we've finished off pretty much the main shape for our building. Okay, now we're not done yet. We're actually going to create these little triangles with some planks, and these are going to make a bit more sense later for what these are actually for. And then for the ceiling, we're just going to take some upside down stairs and place them around in the corners like this. And we should end up with some gaps, which we're just going to fill in with some spruce wood slabs. And now we're finished with the main shape of our building. We're just going to go ahead and break out some areas in the walls where we're going to have our windows be. So just break out these gaps, which are 3 blocks high, on the walls that I'm showing. And we're going to skip this wall here because we're going to use that for a fireplace later, and skip 1 wall on our front as well. And then we're just going to fill the bottom of these sections in with some upside down stairs, so then we have some 2 high window gaps. So let's break out an area for the door, just like so, and then we're going to grab some glass panes. And you can really use any glass panes you want. I'm just going to be using a mixture of some grey glass panes and some dark grey glass panes. And what it's going to do is make it look really old and sort of a bit more interesting, but really you can use any panes you want. So let's just fill these in with some oak doors, and then move back to the top and break a section out here, and this is where our spiral staircase is going to be to get to the attic. So let's just build a pillar up like this and take some slabs and build our spiral staircase coming all the way to the top. And now I'm just coming inside and detailing this section so it looks a little less boring, and we can just cover up that gap with some upside down stairs. So let's fill this section with some light before we leave and move on to doing our roof. So for the roof, we're just going to take some logs like this and create some framework, and it's going to be 4 of these frames for our roof, and this is just going to make it look a little bit more interesting than just a boring plain roof. And as you can see, I'm just using some stairs underneath these because we are going to have an interior for the attic. So now let's just finish off with our last one and grab some more slabs and basically cover the tops of each of these frames with some slabs. And this is going to look really, really good once we put the rest of the roof on with all the stairs and everything. Alright, now that's really good. Now we're actually going to build the roof from the inside first. So let's just take some logs and build these frames just out of some spruce wood planks coming across like this. And then let's move inside the building and actually fill in these sections upside down first with some stairs. So now when we come outside of the building, we're going to end up with a really easy platform for us to actually build our roof on. But first of all, before we fill that in, we're going to go ahead and build the A-frame for our roof, just like this. And you want to make sure that your A-frame is actually got an overhang, because that's going to look really, really good, rather than it just being a plain sort of flat roof. And I would suggest doing all of your roofs with an overhang like this. It just makes it look a lot better, in my opinion anyway. So now we're done with that, we're just going to fill in these last sections with some stairs. And this is really kind of satisfying, easy bit of the roof. Okay, so now that we're done with this, let's move on and just add some details, just some final details to make it look a bit more supported. Just using some logs with some buttons on. And now we're basically going to go ahead and move on to our second roof, because we have 2 roofs on this build. So let's just fill in these upside down stairs, and let's add some more stairs on the tops of these logs like this, and they're basically going to support this frame that I'm building here out of some slabs. And then we're just going to basically build our roof out of slabs coming up at a different angle, and that's important, it's a different angle from our other roof. So we have these 2 different roof angles, and they look really nice like that. And now we can just take some spruce wood fences and build a little more support even underneath our roof like that as well. And this is just going to add even more detail. And talking of detail, we're now going to take some spruce wood trapdoors and fill in underneath here, and it's going to make that look a bit more interesting, hopefully. So let's just grab some lanterns again and come around to the front and add a bit more light, and then let's just put some slabs there as well. The more detail the better, in my opinion. So now let's just go around the building and add a bunch more light, just matching up with the logs that hold the walls. And here's some more detail that you can add if you want to, just using some stairs and trapdoors. And I forgot to add it to the front, so let's go around and add that as well. And once we're done with that, let's head into the attic, adding some light, a little wall and a little balcony as well. And now we can move straight on to building our fireplace. And the shape of the fireplace is going to be just like this, out of cobblestone. And then of course we're going to carry that on with a chimney, otherwise it wouldn't really make much sense. And we don't want our chimney to be just a boring straight chimney, so we're going to add some more details in here to make it look a bit more interesting and old. So you can see I'm adding some shape to the chimney rather than just having it be a straight chimney. And let's just go around with some mossy cobble and some andesite and start to break up that boring texture by adding some more details. So, and let's not forget to do that on the inside, and let's even add a little bit of shape into the attic so it looks like the chimney is funneling down into our fireplace. And now that we've finished with all that, we're basically done with the build. So all we're going to do now is go around and add some little details here and there. And here I'm just replacing some of the floor with some spruce wood trapdoors to make the floor look a bit more old and abandoned. And then we can go around and we can start to add some foliage using I'm just using oak leaves and vines. But if you don't really feel confident doing this, you know, just give it a go anyway, and it will probably turn out looking really, really good. Now I'm not going to show you how to build an interior for this house because I want it to be more up to you guys. You guys are going to have different things that you want to put in your building, so that's fine. But I am going to show you how I detailed and decorated the interior of my building. So I've just added some cupboards and tables and obviously a cauldron as it is a witch's hut. And in the attic I've just put a bed and some storage. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe and hit the bell notification because there will be more videos, and just hit me up with a comment telling me what kind of things you want to see in the next video, and I'll be happy to build whatever kind of suggestions you guys have. So with that being said guys, I just want to say thank you again, and I will see you guys in the next one.